rap has changed into something different than what it was created to be. It was created to represent our life, our struggle, our reality. Now it represents our fantasy in a way, which is sad that this is some of their fantasies, because it's not my fantasy, but it's a hood fantasy who came up with nothing. They just want some money to act, right? So that's what music represents. So now when Drake makes music for that, you think that's hip hop. Where when you hear Kendrick, when he's reporting on social issues, speaking for our people, bringing light to things that's going on in the world, getting his music is changing lives and people are studying it. That's hip hop. That's what it was designed to be. And now to you, that's corny. So what does that say about you? Like, that's really the real thing about this. What does it say about you if you really believe Kendrick's corny? That's for you to deal with. I'm not here to call nobody names, but what does it say about you if I can't relate to that? I can't relate to our story. I can't relate to the truth of our position in America. I can relate to a dude that's not of our culture, making music about our culture, making a caricature of our culture. That's what you connect to, and that's what's up, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't though. I like the music. I dance to it. It's fire. He making me dance, waving my hands, and it won't be no threat.
Word up, word up. I second every single thing that the young man just said. And to piggyback off that, I just want to address the whole Kendrick Lamar is overrated theory. And, you guys have him overrated because when you say he's overrated simply because he doesn't put music out every month and not dropping 2-3 albums a year and not jumping on everybody's song and, putting out mixtapes. And just doing everything he can to stay in the public eye and, stay out here and not taking advantage of his celebrity. Well, first of all, let's just say, man, I think that kind of makes him more relevant. The fact that he doesn't have to put music out every year, doesn't have to drop an album every year, don't have to jump on everybody's song, don't have to, do a bunch of remixes and bring everybody to his thing just to bring extra attention to himself. I think that says a lot about, the fact that he doesn't do that, and yet his name is still right there with the who you guys consider the top dog. That really kind of says it all. Like, the debate is really over once you realize that this man, he has 4 albums in 12 years, and very rarely do you see him, very rarely do you hear him, but when you hear him, it's deep, it's dope, and I've learned what I learned, these last couple weeks, man. And, during the battle, again, want to shout out, the battle, definitely, if it's not the best battle that we've seen, is definitely, somewhere in the top 2. You'd have to convince me of the one that's better than that, but, I'm sure somebody will have an argument for the other one. But one thing that I've learned is that, everybody don't appreciate hip hop, man. Everybody prefers the commercialized, watered down version of it. The version where, like y'all say, y'all don't like to think. We don't want to have to think about what we're hearing. It just, we prefer to dream and fantasize and imagine something else other than, deal with reality and listen to what is, and come up with ideas of how to fix the problems that we deal with on a day-to-day. I mean, you much rather just pretend as though they're not there. And with that said, somebody like Drake is very necessary. As I said, this was never about ending Drake or stopping Drake. This was simply about, just letting everyone know, man, that, it's levels to this. It's levels to it. And, whether you know it or not or appreciate it or not, hip hop is, and will always be about lyrics. It will always be about the message. It'll always be about, just knowing a little bit more, in the end than you did in the beginning. Sure, we need the party records and, the fun records, but we also need, the deep thought records, the clarifying records. the records that give us depth, variety. That's what we've been begging for the last 20 years, variety. When hip hop was at its best and in the golden era, as we like to call it, the reason why it was so good, it wasn't just because your favorite artist, was making music that you like. It was simply because there was variety. You notice no matter whatever mood you were in, there was music there. There was hip hop there, some form or some version of hip hop there to complement that mood that you were in. You had the love joints, you had the gangster joints, you know what I'm saying? You had the party joints, you had the booty shaking joint, you had the conscious joints, you had everything, and that's when it was at its best. And it was all there for us to enjoy. And we kind of got away from that. Once it became monetized, then everybody just wanted to focus on, what's making the most money? What's bringing in the most money, instead of everybody just playing their part and just kind of, instead of saying how can this all be appreciated? How can it all be monetized? How can it all get the funding and the recognition that it needs? We just kind of ran to that to the easier side of the room, and we were lost for a long time. But now I believe we're closer now than we've been in a long time, and that's because of the guys. That's why they're referred to as the big three. It's a top 10, and whoever the other seven guys, whoever you have as the other seven guys, I mean, that's completely up to you. But I think it's not. I think we go, regardless of what order you have them in, we all have these guys ranked as the top three. And shout out to J. Cole as well. We all, especially right now, we have a better understanding of where his mind was at, when the whole so-called battle beef thing jumped off. I don't think he had any beef with anyone, and I think that's why he pulled out, because he realized, man, this ain't just going to be about skill. This really ain't going to be much of a battle. Like, this thing is about to be a mudslinging gossip match, and he clearly didn't want to be a part of that. And that shows maturity, which is another big point. At some point, we all got to grow up, man, and we all have to, open our minds and just be more conscious of everything. Because you don't have one mood, so there shouldn't just be one form of hip hop or music in general that you listen to. Because that's part of the whole brainwash theory, when they're trying to control your thought. When they're saying, no, we only want you to listen to this. Don't worry about that over there. Nah, don't worry about that. That's what they mean when they say distraction. And to keep yourself from being distracted, you have to open your mind to everything. But I'm rambling right now, man. And I really didn't get on here to do that, man. I like this video right here, man. This brother, made a very, very good point, and I didn't want to repeat what he said, man. So I just figured I'd post this video and put it out there to whoever ain't seen it, ever ain't heard it, man. This is DJ Icentric. Love all y'all. Peace.